I'm Johnny Lieberman, and you're watching LNP. What does LNP stand for?
Late Night Playset.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I've been on there. Yeah, it's a good show. You should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Jeez, get it together. You trimmed your beard. You look great. And he did a shave. Everybody looks great. What's up, you guys? Kurt must be here. Beautiful. Hi, what's up, dude? What's up, Gus? Tommy. Hey, how are you? Good to see you guys. Good morning. Second. Whoopsie-daisy, the timing is spectacular. Kill the bubbles, kill the echo, turn on the personalities, huh? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Late Night Playset. Oh, yeah, you missed the bubble. You want the bubbles again? One of our guests is in the house now. Kailo's here. We're waiting on Pops. Our guests this evening are Kailo and Pops here in the Late Night Playset, putting the bubbles back on for Kailo, who is... There we go. Oh my gosh. All right, that. Kill the bubbles. We need several directors in here. We need a special effects person. We need a camera person, audio person. I can't do it all anymore. All right, what's going on? It's Thursday, October 19th, 2021. My name is Jay Ryan. This lady to my right is Nicole Ryan. We are back. We couldn't be happier to be back. We missed everybody last week. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? Look at these. That's like a ghost bubble. It was almost not there. Did you see that?
I did.
I don't even know if the camera would have seen it. What's Jay smoking? Which is Tradecraft Tuesday. And as usual, we have our Tradecraft here. Luckily, we went for a re-up. I went down and saw our buddy, I don't know if I should name him or not, but we are friends at Tradecraft, and they gave us some stuff for you. And this is the Ghost Train Haze. The mood is adventure. Get on your ghost train adventure. And with that, we couldn't be happier to be back with you. Last week was a doozy. I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes shit happens, and sometimes it comes from every direction, and sometimes you're already kind of going through shit, and sometimes it's just too damn much. And it was so damn much. I think we'll probably talk to you guys all about it next show. We don't have a guest, which may or may not be Thursday. And then we can kind of get into it, individually. Here's the front door with our other guests. Great. Ta-da! Like clockwork. And we'll get into the nitty-gritty of it all because, I don't know. We've got guests here. I don't want to trouble everybody with everything. It's all good. Life will be grand again. We're just getting there. How's that? Life sucks. She can't walk. You know, our regular folks who know us and watch this every week know that you can't walk. If anybody extra is just tuning in this week and haven't known us in a couple years, she can't walk now. It's a bummer. It's a bummer, but we keep our smiles on. We get up every day and we keep doing it. It's getting harder and harder, and that's kind of what, is an issue, but we keep doing it. And if there's any reason for any of this, it's to show people that you can keep doing it.
That's the truest way to say that.
Danny says, hi, Mrs. Ryan.
Hi.
Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. He goes, Thursday. I love you, Danny. And he's one of the Riff Raff crew. So we've got the Riff Raff crew is in the house tonight, or at least two of them, right? But is the show Riff Raff crew related? I mean, I guess we'll find out, but I don't know myself.
I think they're on the production end of it, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, good. I mean, I'm really excited. The trailer is out of this world. You guys are going to love it. So stay tuned for that. We're going to play the trailer in just a little bit, and then we will find out everything about the show. Hey, here they are. This is always weird when people are walking in for the first time and have no idea because they didn't know what to expect. I guarantee this isn't it. When did you shrink it down? Oh, man. Hello, Pops.
Hello.
You guys will be in here in just a few minutes. We're doing the top of show. I hope everything went all right with your travels. You're here.
Lovely.
Everything's good.
We're good.
Then make yourself at home. The water's for you. There's a restroom around the corner.
Awesome.
Anything you need, let us know.
This is for you.
Oh.
I'll put it in your fridge.
Okay, what is it?
Champagne.
Champagne? Oh, that's very sweet. I never know how to react when someone gives you a gift when you don't drink. How are you supposed to react? Are you supposed to probably not say anything like I just did?
I haven't figured it out yet either.
Because you don't want to tell them, hey, take your gift back. It's still a beautiful, lovely gift. It's the thought that counts. I have always believed that my whole life. But then at the same time, it's like when someone finds out later, oh, they didn't tell me, they didn't drink, then they feel stupid. That's happened as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
Well, I love both of you guys. I can't wait to get to know Kailo, and I can't wait to get to know you better on the show tonight. Look at these guys. Look at these guys right there. Isn't that great? Was it just the two of you? Was Aaron coming or anybody else? Oh, Aaron's here. Oh. We need a bigger studio, I'm telling you. This dining room shit just doesn't work anymore. All right, so everybody's in the house, and we're going to talk about, last week, probably next week or whatever. In the meantime, I do want to... Oh, jeez, get the cameras in here, for goodness sake. I do want to tell you about this weekend because, while we didn't do everything we used to or normally do, we did do everything else. We did a ton of other things. We did things we didn't think we would do, and we did things we didn't think we'd be able to do.
Yes, sir.
All right, so instead of Friday and Sunday... we went out Thursday, Saturday, and Monday. Thursday was Tradecraft, so we got you all set up. I don't remember how the rest of that night went, but I know that Friday was pretty awful. So I'm thinking that's where the nosedive went on and health and energy and everything else. But then Saturday we did a really fun thing, which was we were invited by a friend of mine, Rick Purcell, and through his association with the Marconi Automotive Museum, we were invited down to go see or to participate in, I should say, the Heels. Texting here. The Heels and Wheels car show, and you had both. You had your heels and of course your wheels, which was kind of fun and neat. But it was great to meet everybody down there, and we had an absolute blast. Saw so many people we hadn't seen in a long, long time, from Lisa Taylor and Tom Ridings to G.I. Jen and the car girl Kayla and like everybody, the Orange County crew basically. So it was great to see all of those guys, and what was really cool for me was getting to spend some time with the screen-used picture cars, which we will soon be driving this season on What Are You Driving Today? You probably saw me post it. The original, you can't say the original because I guess it's not the one from the first movie. It's the one from the second movie, but it's the real screen-used Batmobile from... Michael Keaton Batmobile from Batman Returns or whatever. Holy crap, that thing is ridiculous because it looks amazing. And then when you try to get into it, well, first of all, Michael Keaton was a smaller guy. He's like 5'8" or 5'9", something like that. And then when he was in the car, they took the seats out. So because the bat ears don't clear the cowl,
right.
So the cowl would have chopped. In fact, did apparently chop the bat ears off. So anyway, there's all this crazy stuff to it, but it is small and claustrophobic in there, and I had no idea. But super cool to be in the Batmobile, and then also screen used #1 hero kit from Knight Rider, this series. Like my childhood, everyone's
cool.
childhood.
So cool.
A lot of us are even only into cars because of all of that stuff we were into when we were kids. We'll talk about that
Your
today.
post got me into it. Like, it's so neat.
I wasn't even. Here's the irony. I've never read a comic book in my life. I was never into superhero movies. I happened to see that Batman one because I don't know. Everybody in the world saw it at that time. Remember the T-shirt came back with the signal and all that. Oh my God! I know why I saw that movie. I wanted to see Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan, which came out the same year, and my cousin was visiting for Christmas. I'll never forget all this now, Bethany, and she wanted to go see the Batman movie, and so we did a double feature where, we went to both, and my mom bought the tickets for both, which is how we got into the Friday the 13th. Oh my God, what a guy. It all comes back to our childhoods, doesn't it? Every single time. It always does. All right. So that was great down at the Marconi Museum. We got to spend some time with the picture cars. Oh, and then also Screen Use General Lee. I realize that's still polarizing. I don't imagine that's going to go away. But also part of my childhood. And no matter what you think of the flag on top of the car, the guys who drove it were really good and did nothing but help people who needed help, including black people. So they weren't racist even a little bit. So it was cool to be in that as well. Let's see. That was that. And then Monday, I was lucky enough yesterday to go over to the Peterson Auto Museum to check out the Bond exhibit. I don't know where to start, everybody. No matter what your feelings are on the Peterson, some people love it, some people hate it. If you love it, get your ass over there and check out Bond. Even if you're not a Peterson fan, this exhibit is really spectacular. I was blown away. I had nothing but compliments to give, and we were getting a tour from the guy who curated the collection. So I didn't, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't trying, I didn't, I don't know how to say it. It's really damn good. The way everything is set up, first of all, what they have there is so much to be seen. I only posted half of it. Go check it out if you're into Bond. Or movie cars in general, because you get a lot of knowledge on both. But the way everything is set up, all interactively with, me, I can't stand screens. It's done very well because it tells you what it's from and the clip and everything. And then they have all of the scenes set up in these little vignettes, kind of like we do here, And I don't know, it's a very creative, palatable way to receive these, what was essentially just art. These cars, while they're cars, they're being celebrated because they were in some moving pictures,
That's really cool.
It's really, really cool. And then, of course, anytime we get to go down into the vault is amazing.
Yeah.
Got to spend time with the screen-used Back to the Future time machine, which I hadn't spent alone time with in ages. Which is by choice. But, it was neat to be there among everything again. There was other Batmobiles there. Herbie, I spent some time with the Herbie. I didn't even tell you because we didn't have time yesterday, but Thelma and Louise car I took pictures of for you. Little Miss
cool.
Sunshine car I took pictures of for you. Like all sorts of the greatest stuff that's just down there. And when I say I took pictures of, you're not supposed to take pictures. I mean, I will tell you about later. But thank you again to Alex for the wonderful tour and to Emily for the invitation. So we really, really enjoyed it. It's something to be seen. And I think that's what happened the weekend, right? That was Monday, and that brings us to Tuesday, which is today. And here we are at 5:20 on Tuesday in the PM. Hi, Paul, says some guy. That means, hola, peeps. Auto Kennel made it to a show. Hello, Auto Kennel. Jordan Ritz is here. Hello, W.M. Stallman. Robert Scott. The Nerdy Nomad. Ooh, I love that handle, Nerdy Nomad. Kayla Marzo's here. The Dave joined. Hi, Dave. If you ain't get vault pics, you ain't tore it right. Okay, you're hilarious. Because I told him, because we were with somebody, and because I told him it was just for personal, he said, you can't post them. It's not like there's any secrets to what's going on down there. It's just the whole point that why would somebody go pay the tour if they could just look at my Instagram? You know what I mean? So that's the whole reason for it. And what's down there is always changing. What's down there yesterday it's different today. I guarantee it. It's constant inventory flux. Told you about Tradecraft. Told you about Marconi Museum. Oh yeah, and we had a great time with the people from the Marconi Museum. What a fantastic family
that was so
they all
much
are.
fun.
Monique and John And I know there was more. I can't remember the son's name, but he's a Ferrari master technician. By the way, great to have one of those when you have a many car collection with a lot of Italians. They've got, if you've ever seen the F40 and the F50 that are sometimes driving around together, which is a hell of a sight to see, by the way, they're the ones who own the F40. In fact, it's usually John and our friend Rick.
Oh.
Sometimes they go down to that Legacy show down in Orange County. It's cool just to see an F40 and an F50 driving around.
So cool. I had no idea.
Are you loving all your recent Italians? I mean, you got another Countach. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Okay, good. It would be weird if he was like, no, not really. Because it's in the trailer, too. So it would be weird. Don't leave the witness, Jake. All right. I have to do a quick East Coast feed because they're backing up on us. We're going to have to do a bunch of them on Thursday, but we should get at least something out of the way now.
Okay.
Is that all right? BM Widmer. I don't think it's BMW, even though it's BMW. BMW Idmer. Robert, yep. Back to reality. Ugh. West Coast guys are spoiled. It's true. Are you guys in other parts of the country where driving weather is ending for the season, and meanwhile we're like, it's getting more comfortable? That's interesting. We do get incredibly spoiled out here, both with the climate is one thing, but the roads. My initials are BMW. Oh, that's so cool. And what's the Idmer? Oh, it's probably Widmer is the last name. I got it. BM Widmer. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, last name is Widmer. I'm sorry, BM Widmer. There are times where I can seem very intelligent, and there are times when I'm just not very bright. And unfortunately, you just never know what you're going to get. Some guy 997. My initials are 997. Danny's a comedian. Danny, so speaking of all of this stuff lately, well, I haven't actually done it yet, but I plan to. Comedy is the thing that you and I have been chatting about quite a bit. What if all of a sudden I had a great venue for us to do some cars and comedy? Yeah, we should put that together. I know you've been talking about it for ages. So if I had a venue for you and a lot of people who are willing to help and make it happen, let me know if that does anything for you. He says, hey, what up? I'm working on it. Oh, okay. Now he says ready with all caps, which is great. There's a yes man right there. Good for you. Then we're on it. Then we're working on this together. Good. I'm in. Oh, okay, good. Mr. Sparks. All right, I love you. Fantastic. Let's do the East Coast feed real quick. We're going to go to Danbury Chive. And this is all I know. I haven't watched this. All I know is it's something we haven't seen before. Something at BMW Ridgefield that we have not seen before. Okay?
Cool.
So I'm going to spin the Instagram audience around so you can see the TV and hear it more importantly. And now I'm going to fire it up. Roll it out.
Mr. and Mrs. Ryan, East Coast Feed coming to you from BMW. So this is Kenny. Kenny's one of our quality control drivers. And we have an interesting one today. This is one it's not happened ever. So he's taking a test drive in an X5, right? X5?
Yeah, X5M.
X5M. M? Ooh, nice car. And so the interesting thing about this is that, Kenny, why don't you tell him, what did you hear when you were driving?
I just heard something slap the car, something hitting the car.
You heard something slap the car, right?
Slap it, yeah.
So my boss grabs me and says, can you come outside for a second? It's been one of those fucking days that just is horrible, right? And everything's fucking going wrong. This is that day. So I go out to the car and...
I want to shout my mom.
Yeah, he's yelling. I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
I want to shout my mama.
There you go. That's Malik's also one of our quality control drivers. But the bottom line here is he hears something slapping the car. And what did you find, Kenny? What was it?
Check this out right here, man.
Here it is.
Check this out.
It's a bungee cord stuck in which the bungee cord began to smash the car like this, creating a dent and a bunch of scratches. Now, we did just wash the car, so you can't see all the scratches that are there because we kind of got some of them out. But how often does a bungee cord get stuck in a tire, spin rampantly, and smash shit as you're driving with the hook side that's not in the tire was smashing the outside of the car? So guess who has to call this customer, give them the bad fucking news? That one, they need a tire, which we obviously have to fucking pay for because it's not on our watch. And then part two is you have to tell them, oh, by the way, your car is fucked up on the side because of, damage from the bungee cord we ran over, and it's everywhere. That's it. That's the East Coast Feed of the Day on Shitbox Day of the Week. That's what we got. Love you guys. Bye.
Holy crap.
Whoa.
I'm guessing when he left, there wasn't a bungee cord left in the he must have run over the bungee cord on the. Yeah, we're all agreeing in logic, right? Okay.
That's
So
what
at
it
the end of the day,
sounds
this is a BMW driver control issue. We got to start reading
What
surface.
a mess.
You can't run over those weird snakes. Oh man. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the one to call that customer. So here's the thing. Your oil change, all set. In fact, we're going to comp it for you. We need to talk about the tire, the wheel, and the bodywork.
Awful.
Oh, God. X5M, too. Not a cheap car. I mean, it's not like they're, it's not a $200,000 car or anything, but it's north of $100,000.
Oh, it's too much. Oh.
It's always the top of the line ones too. Remember there was the BMW M6, whatever it was, fully loaded thing with the carbon fiber drive shaft, and it somehow it disintegrated the carbon fiber drive shaft, so it just looked like somebody doing crochet under there.
Oh yeah.
Because all the threading came apart, it just totally disintegrated. It was brutal. And that was because somebody was doing donuts in the snow or something. They overcooked it.
Can't.
It's the best. It's the best. Oh, sorry, over here. Welcome back, Instagram. Oh, gosh. All right, let's do commercials. I got to do commercials, and then we'll take a break and get our guest in here. They say all that separates men and boys is the coverage for their toys. St. Clair Insurance shops top providers so you get the best coverage for your toys. Check out St. Clair Insurance and go to coverageforyourtoys.com. Coverageforyourtoys.com.
Coverageforyourtoys.com.
Tell Jeff St. Clair that you saw it here, or that we sent you, or something. Let him know that he's getting his money's worth. Also, I should tell you, because it's my favorite thing to do, that the best bubbles in the world are made by Bubble Tree, the American bubble company. It's true. It's all true. It's true. They don't leave a residue. They're whatever the thing is, but they're green. They're green bubbles, however that works. And I know there's a fancier term for that, but biodegradable and a lot of other things. Not chemicals. How's that?
Non-toxic.
They're natural ingredients. That's it. Non-toxic is also part of it. Oh, my favorite part. Really? Oh, God. I thought there was another one to do. All right. Hi, this is Jay Ryan from Late Night Playset, reminding you to please like, subscribe, and comment below. This feeds the internet algorithm and eventually us as well. Be a pal, like, subscribe, and comment below. That's from me and Nicole. It'll be fire! That's what the smoke behind us denotes, folks. It's the fire that it'll be while you are liking and subscribing below. That's it, right? Good? Bubbles, Tradecraft. Thank you to Tradecraft and Sticky Vape. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You keep her running. That's not even a joke. Right? All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to play some messages from our friends at Oh So Delicious Hot Sauce, the hot sauce made by bears. And when we come back, Pops and Kailo are going to be sitting in these chairs, and we're going to be talking about all of the new show. We're going to be talking about car collecting, life, how we got to know each other, Good Vibes Breakfast, all the stuff when we come back. More to come right after this. That's right.
Oh, so delicious. It's the hot sauce made by bears. Garlic and serrano mixed with love and care. You can put it on your eggs, pour it on your rice. It's great on a leg, it's better on a slice. It's oh so delicious. It's the hot sauce made by bears. Oh, so delicious hot sauce. Great on everything except oatmeal.
Get your bottle today at ohsodelicious.org. $1 from every bottle sold goes to the National Military Family Association.
There you go.
What are you driving today? 63 356B. Hey, 111. What are you driving today? Here we go. Oh, this is fun, David. Thumbs up for sure.
This just proves that you don't have to go fast to have fun.
You don't have to go fast. Can you see my smile already?
Okay, I'm impressed.
You don't need to stick it. He's already got it. My car's going to feel slow as balls after this, I'll tell you that. Pedal down. Yeah, baby.
and the left one doesn't sit quite as tight. So depending on how I move, after about 3 wears, and because the way this thing shift when Mommy and Daddy made me, the left one's lower.
Oh, God.
And it always goes for the opening, so I'm always walking half out, and it's not comfortable. And I try pulling on the string in the front to pop them back up, but that's not working. It isn't.
Your underwear have strings?
No, the other thing has a string.
All right,
Like a cuckoo clock.
The good news and the bad news is that whole preamble where I was introducing you guys and letting everyone know how fond of you was, we were still muted, so that's my fault, blah, blah, blah. But we're back. Pops and Kailo are here. Your underwear isn't fitting right, but hopefully that's not going to interrupt the conversation too much. I'm sorry, everybody, as we were muted. It's my fault. I'm just back to this. But I'm so excited you're here, and I'm saying it again for everyone else. I'm so fond of both of you as human beings, even though I really have only gotten to know you both recently. We're both looking forward to getting to know you better here.
Well,
now I know you really well already in some ways. Now let's try to round out the whole...
Well, we're very special people, so you're fortunate to have us here.
Oh, shit.
Well, we'll start with you. Pops, we met you through Breakfast Club.
Yes.
Because you started coming up pretty regularly, and you always started bringing a different car, and it was like, all right, well, I mean, I guess I know his handle. I guess I should figure out what this guy is about. And we just, I don't know, I talked to you for like 2 minutes one day about the Testarossa, and I was like, well, he's just got a really good vibe. And then after that, you started inviting us to your place, and we've done a couple of the little the lemonade stands, which are really fun. And so basically, I kind of want to know what the hell drew you to us, and then why is this a circle? How are you guys friends? Why do you have a show coming out?
That's a really good question. We'll get to that one too.
Okay.
So I started coming up to Good Vibes with this riffraff crew. That had started as basically a group of guys during the pandemic. You know, there was nothing to do but drive, and the roads were wide open.
Yep.
So it was a great time, and they're the ones that brought me up there. That's where I got to know you.
So we have the Riff Raff crew. I thought the Riff Raff crew was you, but we have the Riff Raff crew to thank for bringing you up there.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you to the Riff Raff crew,
Yeah.
who you are a part of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's the leader? Who's the Grand Poobah?
That's the beauty of it. There isn't one.
That is the beauty of it.
Yeah. So it's 24 dudes, no girls yet. You could be the first.
Wait a second. You got to get one going.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we fail at most categories of equality within that group, but it's just the way it is.
Now, when I look at it, it looks to be a little all shapes and sizes, all colors, all
Some.
shapes and sizes. No.
We'll never pass muster with all the required tests. You know, females.
Oh, you're talking about checking all the demographics
Yes.
and everything. Oh no, you can't. You can't play that game.
We've got
you'll never win.
We've got the Latinos, black, white, the usual. What used to pass for this is a mixed group.
I get it, but nowadays you need your Middle Eastern and your
Trans,
whatever
like
else.
trans and
I
like,
gotcha.
No.
Well, I didn't mean anything. I certainly wasn't intending to start anything. Got a lawyer in the seat. Can you tell? He's like, hang on, don't pin me down with what.
But so very cool group. You know, we got up there, and then, because the group is undefined and has no structure, anyone can kick anyone out, right? It's basically the only requirement is that you have an iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone, you can't be part of it because every time you respond, it's a group text. So anytime.
I heard that's how it started, a group text.
Yeah, and it still is just a group text, and the group is named.
You have jerseys now and everything.
Oh yeah, we've definitely gotten carried away, but.
If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, I was generously gifted this beautiful hat right here, which has the logo on it.
Yes.
Which I explained to everyone on the show the other day, is not just a jester, like I said when you started explaining the logo to it. There's a lot of creativity here. It is a jester, of course, but then there's the anonymous mask, and then you put some vintage driving goggles on there as well.
Yeah.
And who designed the logo?
My wife, Lolo. I love the logo, and it represents our group well. Bunch of clowns. That like to drive, and we stay relatively low profile, and just drive. There's not that much to it.
But how can anyone? I mean, it's like a Survivor. You can be voted off the island at any time.
Yeah.
Especially if you get rid of your iPhone.
Just don't be an asshole, you know? Like,
oh well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of a good vibes rule.
I mean,
It's not a rule, but it's a rule.
If you don't have an iPhone, you're not getting in to begin with. If you add someone that isn't an iPhone user, you get kicked off.
Because you see the green, is that what it is?
The problem is not the green, is when they reply or to something, it repeats the message. You know, it starts to clog up the text chain. It's awful.
It is awful. It's a ones and zeros problem.
Yeah, and I hate monopolies, and I don't like that, you know, one company runs everything. Amazon is going to do all your deliveries, etc. But when it comes to this, it's also like ease of use and convenience and making people double read messages. That's unacceptable.
Nobody has time for that.
No.
I like it. That is unacceptable.
Yeah. So, and then we met because Kailo runs, besides a million things that he's done in his life, he happens to also run open track racing, which once a month on Wednesdays, which is unbelievably good because you get a smaller crowd. And so he runs these track days at Willow Springs at Big Willow, always Big Willow.
Nice.
Never Streets of Willow.
Thank you.
Never, what's the other Horseshoe?
Horse Thief Mile.
Yeah, Horse Thief.
I'm okay with Horse Thief, but I've never been a Streets fan, even though I heard they just recently repaved it. I'm a big Willow guy.
Yeah.
You too.
So
you too, obviously.
No, Big Willow's where it's at, you know. You're wearing a McQueen shirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have seen him on the streets? Come on. Let's be realistic. He wanted some...
Maybe on the bike. Maybe on the bike.
Nah, McQueen was desert on the bike, so he would have been big track.
Yeah.
And some guys just, you know, they get nervous on the little track because they don't have what we have, you know, with... But
they get nervous on the little track. Oh, is that the idea? Is that the streets is so much... Because it's not nearly as fast as Big Willow.
Yeah. People say it's more technical. I don't know if it's more technical realistically because it's a tighter track.
There's a lot of surface changes, or there was.
Yeah, but it's lefts and right. You don't get the speed. You don't have to have the same kind of car control because you're not going at the same pace. I like the big track, and actually just love the big track.
Yeah.
It's well regarded as a big balls track.
Yeah.
You know, you're carrying so much speed into turn one.
Yeah. There are a couple places where puggers. Big pucker.
The last...
I'm okay when I'm driving, but if you ride with somebody else, even if I know that they're going to be fine, that
the
turn
worst.
one is one.
Being a passenger at Big Willow, a nightmare. He's got a warehouse right off the track, and he's got a bunch of his race cars in there. And I did some training with him. So after we met, you know, then I started doing private track days and getting instruction from him, and then we just became friends after that. But I went as a passenger in one of his radicals, which is, it's not an open wheel, but it's basically a race car. Mm-hmm. The wheels are enclosed, but the top's open. Mm-hmm. And it's a two-seater. And this was one of his less powerful radicals, SR3.
SR3, yes.
And so it's got a Hayabusa motor in it, motorcycle engine, like 1,100 cc's. 180 horsepower, 200,
maybe or so.
No, it's
the way you guys have it.
No, they're actually 1500s. They're 1500.
Oh, 1500.
Yeah, they're 1500, and they're right around 240 horsepower.
Oh, Jesus.
But you're 1,250 pounds.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, and just shy of 3 Gs through the turns.
As a passenger, I've never felt more insecure in my life. I've been on planes that I had to go to therapy after, you know, for a while, you know, to get back on an airplane because the ride was so bad.
Whatever the ordeal on the plane was.
Mm-hmm. And this was terrifying. Terrifying to be I mean, the lack of control and all that stuff was just rough.
Wow. I'm sorry. Meanwhile, I kind of want to do it now. But that's my point, though. Even in a regular car, people talk about, I can't remember what's his name, Jack Olson, you know, he's got the I would love to take a spin around the track with him, but I don't think I've got the balls to do it.
He's one of your instructors, right?
Yeah, Jack's a good buddy of mine.
I would love to take a spin around in that car with him driving, with all his telemetry and everything else, because he is shaving, I mean, tenths off. And he's got so many laps, and he's got so much experience in that car on that track that I know that I would be fine. I know I would be fine. But yet I'm still nervous as hell to do it.
I wouldn't trust him.
He's been an instructor, taking people around, and they've crashed while he's in the car.
With you instructing them.
Like bad ones.
We've totaled out some cars where I thought, this might be it.
Was that because you misjudged whatever you told them, or they didn't do what you told them to do?
I don't know. I usually show up drunk, so I miss a lot of what's going on in the car.
Yep.
Like you don't drink at the track.
I do. The restaurant at the track, they have a cafe right off the track. And
you're talking about the
at Big Willow, at Willow
but
Springs.
Are you talking about the hamburger stand at the bottom, or are you talking about the upper deck, whatever they call that, the landscape, or the whatever they call that thing at the top?
What's the name of that cafe?
I don't know. The cafe.
Yeah,
it's the one at the track, but they serve alcohol there.
They
the
do.
Day.
Yeah,
and that's when we get passengers.
Yeah,
we get them drunk,
and it's you can drink all day there and drive. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. They're not going to have a problem with that. Someone lights a joint outside on the track, and one of the track people smells weed.
Really?
They are closing you down for the day, which is what happened last time.
Yeah.
Is the idea that one heightens your senses and one takes them away, even though I think that's an old wives' tale?
No, what it is
red state, blue state shit. This is
it's a political.
These guys think weed. They think bad guys.
No, it had nothing to do with that. It absolutely had nothing to do with that. You can't drink and go on the track. I joke around with you guys, but you can't drink and go on the track.
But they sell
I don't think they
alcohol
would
at the
sanction
track.
that.
But it's not for the drivers.
There's
for the
no one else
spectators.
there.
There's a lot of people that come. Some of us bring friends, and some of us will have a drink afterwards. It's for big major events. It's not like, hey, drivers' meeting sucked. Let's have a beer. Let's go.
The drivers' meeting sucked first thing in the morning.
So it was politically, they don't want you drinking. They've stopped me for drinking. And some of our instructors had been drinking at lunch, and they're like, hey, they can't go back on the track. We're going to shut you down. So the marijuana thing, it was the same thing. I know everyone there gets high. You know that as well as I do. But they have to wave a finger at us.
But they have to wave the finger because it's not socially acceptable in this red part of the state.
It did suck, though, because it was early in the day, too. And they're like, hey, we're going to shut you guys down.
Right.
You can't
we just got there.
Yeah. I was like, oh, well.
Do you know who I am?
That doesn't work.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
That doesn't work.
Yep.
In response to going back, though, about cars crashing, it is a trust that I have in a student. When I go around the track, for 2 hours with you and tell you what to do, and I'm like, oh, left here, right here, pump the brakes. You seem, and most people seem reasonably intelligent that, okay, they've got this.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, you're going to do this. And they're like, yeah, we got this. And all of a sudden, we're going in. I'm like, you might just want to pump the brakes a little bit. And the car's backwards into walls. And we crashed it, I think, about 109 miles an hour backwards into a wall. Coming out of turn 3 going up the track.
Now, at Willow, he would have had to have a helmet on. Do you have to have a helmet on as an instructor?
Well, I should, but the hair, you don't want to mess the hair.
I can see it from here. It's stunning. Yeah, jealous. Beautiful.
No, we tend to run, we always have a closed face helmet, something of quality. Hans devices, proper safety equipment, fire suppression. We joke around a lot, but when we get to the track, it's very, very methodically safe.
Yep.
We don't want to do anything that's going to hurt us.
And then I quickly crashed one of the radicals. Turn 5?
I believe that was it.
Yeah,
Yes.
turn 5.
I'm like, how do you go off in 5? There's even nothing for you.
I know. I couldn't understand how that happened either. And then last time we were there, the day that they were going to kick us off for someone lighting up, I went off in the McLaren, and it was super sketchy. Yeah,
Ooh.
I went turn 1 too hard.
Wait, you went straight?
No, I turned. And I like to, use all the track, right? Like my teacher told me, use all the track. So I used all the track on the right side coming out, out of one. And 2 right tires, I had too much momentum. 2 right tires hit dirt. And the car spun sideways. And I went straight across the track. Fortunately, his track days are not that crowded. So no one was there. The car just went flying across the track, nose first off the track. All 4 wheels off the track, drifting in the dirt, got it back onto the track, went slowly around the rest of the way, brought
You
it
made it
in.
to turn 2?
Yeah, brought it in.
Beautiful.
Looked around, no damage.
Fired up a
Anywhere.
joint,
Amazing.
smoked it up, and got in trouble. That's exactly what happened.
It was good. It was good to like find the, you're always looking for the limit when you're at the track, right? Like
That's
how
where you
hard
can
can I
find it.
go? Where, how can I do this? And going off is it's helpful.
Sadly, it is very, very helpful.
Yeah.
That's why the PEC is a very helpful. It's not for everybody, but if you want to learn where the limits of traction are on whatever your Porsche is, it is very beneficial to know where that's at. A lot of times you're nowhere near it, and for the most of us, we're nowhere freaking near it. But to know where it is kind of nice to know how far you can push it if you ever do get into trouble on the street. My own self.
Yeah, I try not to drive the way I drive on the track on the street. I live on Mulholland.
Sometimes things happen, and if you are more able to, if you're able to operate it under those circumstances, all of a sudden a dog running out into the street is going to help you avoid the girl that's running after it.
First thing I did when my kids were, before they were in 16, is I had them working with him at the track, and not safe driving course. This was learn the limits.
I did the same thing.
Be a good driver.
Yeah. Skip Barber at Lime Rock used to have a car control clinic for kids. Then that's where I learned, and it was the same type of thing. You go out with somebody who knows what they're doing and can show you how to. It's like when you take flying lessons; they teach you how to stall. It's one of the first things you learn how to do. And I don't know, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to do what I do today.
Right.
It was pretty rare with your boys, though. In all honesty, they came out and they listened. They didn't come out and be like, "Hey, I got this." And I got to tell you. The youngest,
Tato?
Yes. I thought he was just going to be a pill and a half and wreck things. I truly did. I thought there was no discipline. But it's one of those moments where you get surprised.
That's good.
He did fantastic. And he didn't wreck anything, I don't remember.
Not while you were watching.
Yeah, no. Sean.
He flipped a Lotus at Streets of Willow. The Exige with the Gulf livery on it. So he blew a rear tire at like 120 miles an hour, and I was filming him from the side of the track. I'm the dad, and
I can't imagine.
and he's doing great. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And then I see the entire car sideways. I see the whole roof. Like the whole car.
This is the finale from Ford versus Ferrari. This is that moment, right? You see it out in the distance, and you got to run out there in the whole bit.
And then I see the car comes back on all fours and immediately shows me the entire underbelly of the car. So I see all black. And fortunately, by blowing that right rear tire, the car started swerving into the dirt. And after I saw the all black, the underneath, it landed itself and just went into the dirt.
Slid.
Significant damage, but kid was fine.
Thank God.
First thing he did is, I dropped the phone. So I have a picture I'll show you from the video, because you only see the video until the car starts to flip, and then the phone falls out of my hand.
Of course.
Because I'm staring at this disaster.
With your real eyes, not your phone eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. And but at the end of the video, there's this, I snapped a pic of the video, and you see the whole car. You see the blue side, the whole top side. And as soon as the car came to a stop, my phone rang. And he's like, "Pops, I'm fine."
Good kid. Like, what a good kid.
That's good.
He's first things first.
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't have to run out there and pull out. Oh, okay. Thank God. Thank God. Wow.
Yep.
Did you fix that car? Was it can you put it back together? Or?
Yeah. So the damage was mostly suspension, wheels, tires, that type of stuff, and
flipped it, and the damage was mostly suspension.
Yep.
Damn.
And one rocker panel. So all the suspension, all the working parts, all fixed very quickly. This was back in the spring. We're still waiting for the rocker panel. So parts these days have become very difficult to come by, especially Lotus parts, English parts, cars not being made anymore.
Right. They discontinued that whole line. That's right. I forgot.
So they received the part, and hopefully in a week or so we'll get that thing back.
Wow. So this was not that long ago, or
No,
the
this
ordeal
was
has
this was a
taken
few
that
months
long?
ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Gee whiz. I'm glad it wasn't a big ordeal because it's not like we all heard about it and like, oh, well, thank God he's
No.
okay. You know, we see him at all these events at your place and
Yep.
never heard a peep.
Nope.
All right, so he's not traumatized. He's still out racing.
Definitely not traumatized. We took his car away last night.
What's going on now? Kayla's like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, what the heck you... what do you
So
do?
we track the kids with the Life 360 is an app on the iPhone, and you can see it'll alert you if they have a sudden stop or a overzealous acceleration, and then if you go over a certain speed, it'll just ping us.
Is it following the phone or the car? What's
The
it
phone.
tracking?
It's on the phone, and
Okay.
the phone keeps has the GPS on it. It'll tell you
bet.
how fast he's going, and he has a limit, and he exceeded the limit last night. So coincidentally, today he drove the Hyundai to work. To school, and I think tomorrow he may be begging my wife for a ride.
What's the limit? What limit did you give him?
I can't say that. I mean, it's not exactly
Is it
the
above
speed
55?
limit.
So it's 57.
No, the limit is
Yeah.
like if you're on a freeway, don't go over 85, right? Like that is can't do that. I mean, there are some freeways in the Midwest or in the West that have
That's
80
the speed
mile,
limit,
right,
yeah,
85 mile per hour
Texas,
limit.
yeah.
So like, don't exceed that ever. But he's 17 years old and he's a great kid, straight A's, athlete, all that stuff. But
his dad also takes him to the track where he can get that stuff out if he wants to.
yes, and so there's
Which I
no
think is
reason
your
to do it
point.
on the
That's
street.
Dad's
And
point.
we got pinged last night. Sometimes kids can be dumb. Like,
oh, so whenever it happens, it's not even nothing even later. Like you get a
it's
little
instant.
alert, and then so now you're stewing about it till he gets back, or do you tell him like, well, you better bring that back now?
oh my God, this dumbass. Last night, it was late at night. He goes out to visit his girlfriend. It's getting really late, around 10:30, 11 on a school night. I call him, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just going to go meet up with the guys. We're going to drive Cornell and Mulholland. I was like, what? Like, that sounds like a terrible idea. And then he knows, I'm with my wife in bed. Like, he knows he's being watched. And the dumbass, broke the limit.
Yeah.
Lost the car. Like,
It's temporary.
yeah.
We're not going to go over the terms of the agreement currently, but
It's temporary, but this Thursday night I am being forced to go to traffic school by the judge with him in person.
Oh my God, this is unrelated.
Totally unrelated. So I mean, for him to after I told him, get your ass home, blah, blah,
poor
blah.
kid, this poor
He
kid.
blows the limit. And in the same week that I'm going to have to attend, which I mean, I don't do traffic school. I don't do it for myself. These are things that I will fight and win beside myself.
It is apparent. Well, listen, he's probably not going to love that you're talking about it here. So I think, if anything, you've gotten your retribution because this is probably embarrassing.
Yeah, and sorry, Tato. He's a wonderful kid, great football player, an amazing driver.
All your kids are wonderful.
Thank you.
Your whole family's wonderful. You really
I appreciate it.
have a wonderful vibe. It's
Thanks,
a
man.
pleasure to be welcome around you.
Well, I appreciate it. It's great to be with you guys.
Well, that's it. Thanks for coming. Can we talk about the show and how that came about? We understand you both clearly have car and racing heritage.
Yeah, I don't know. He calls me up and he's like, hey, I got an idea.
Are you that kind of guy?
Kind of.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, what's up? And he's like, okay. First off, we're not taking the cars and speeding. That we're not doing.
Wow, it opens
he's
up
like,
with a disclaimer?
No.
Qualifying
But
before we even start the pitch.
He said he had this idea that he was pitching to me. And I liked the concept. And basically was taking some rare cars that nobody really gets to drive and us driving them and testing them through the canyons, mechanically checking the pros, the cons, of the manufacturing defects or the good things, aero, but bringing them to the track. And I told him right off the bat, I said, here's the thing. I've been approached before to do some reviews on cars and stuff, and you're in the business also and around it. It's all bullshit. Everybody drives 15 miles an hour. You know, they have no helmets on. They say they're doing these things. And I said, I can't be a part of it. I can't. And he said, take the cars, ring them out. And I'm like, if we can actually drive the cars and give an honest review, I said, I'm on board for this thing. And he's a man of his word. He really is. He let us loose.
But that was your whole concept, right? Was to push the envelope a little bit from what you had seen previously.
Yeah, I grew up a huge fan, like most of the car nuts, of Top Gear. And, you know, I think it was one of the most popular shows on the planet, you know, not just the U.S. or the U.K. It was just a monster of a show. And
it has two rather interesting and distinguishable superlatives like that. It was not only the most watched show, it was also the most illegally downloaded show for whatever that, you know, like for 10 years there during a certain period, which then they counted and added to the viewership, obviously.
Great.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no worries.
It's huge viewership.
And, you know, what I thought, as you watch so many episodes, you're like, what are they missing? You know? And and I thought, okay, these are three journalists, and I love journalists, you know. Johnny Lieberman, Matt Farah, like greatest dudes in the world. But for this TV show that did so incredibly well, you know, yes, they had three journalists, but wouldn't it have been great if maybe one journalist and then other walks of the automotive life came together? So I thought, okay, let's get a race car driver, a car collector, and a supercar mechanic, and kind of follow that same formula without the skits and the gimmicks, which I always fast forwarded through. You know, even back in like they're
blowing up another caravan.
Yeah, just that's not why I'm watching it. And I get that a lot of people around the world found that stuff fabulously amusing, and that's part of what brought the viewership. But
I think they were maintaining their audience at that point.
I guess.
But I understand how it alienated quite a few of the diehards.
Yeah, and for me, I'd like to see a show that focuses more on those components, the drivability of the cars, the collectability of the cars, values of the cars, maintenance on the cars. Like, even when I couldn't afford any car, I would still read Road and Track and, you know, Car and Driver and Motor Trend and Automobile. And you read all about this stuff, and like, one day, you know, maybe I'll have one of these cars, and I don't want the shitty one, you know, the one that looks super pretty and, you know, costs arm and a leg to maintain and it's impossible to drive. So I ended up buying two of those.
Yeah, you ended up getting a handful. You're starting a collection of those.
A matching pair of the most useless cars of all time.
No, I got to tell
That's
you,
where
though,
you and Farah disagree, too.
Yeah.
Sounds like Kailo as well.
No, we just finished the one show with the two Countaches. And we got to drive these cars. And I spent the better part of a day running them hard, doing things that I shouldn't be allowed to ever do because of the value of these cars now and the pedigree that comes along with them.
Risky behavior.
Yeah, we burnt a camera off the back of the car. Exhaust was flying
melted.
out. We melted stuff away.
You were driving the car hard enough that the GoPro or whatever
melted.
camera...
Oh, we were way into the triple-digit numbers. Way into the triple-digit numbers.
But the idea that the car is okay and you melted a camera off, I mean, that's really something.
He did a 140-mile-per-hour pass on the straight at Big Willow in an 88.5 Countach.
Which means you were carrying that, because those cars aren't all that powerful, but it means you were carrying
I can't believe it could go that fast at all.
No,
I can't believe you were carrying that kind of speed out of...
It's actually, they're quicker than you think. They pull all the way through. They're not bad. But we did this all day long, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, we're going to change some shots. And he jumps in a black Countach, and we get on the track together, and he comes around me, and I'm looking at the car, and I'm like, wow, that's a cool car. And then it dawns on me, I'm like, I've been driving one of these all day long. And then it was the, holy crap, the value of these cars, and I could have fucked this thing up, and it really sunk in.
Does
I'm
it
like,
get
wow.
in your head? Yeah.
Yeah. So I passed them back, and did what I was supposed to do. But no, but it was just a mental screwing.
Obviously for the filming, some of the stuff, they want the cars in a certain order, and they, retake shots, all that shit. But then they would be like, okay, now do whatever you want.
Oh,
and
that's fun.
Then we've got the
Hey,
track to
everybody.
ourselves. We've got the track to ourselves in equal cars, two huge egos on the track.
This is a Top Gear moment that we never got to see. You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And fortunately there was a drone out there that caught a bunch of that stuff of us playing around. I was the 89 is a better car.
Is it the black one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of people complain that they don't like the design of the 89. They look virtually identical, except the 89 has some streaks on the side.
You taught me the differences. I never had seen the differences. The
Yeah.
boxes became razor blades and all that stuff. Yeah.
And that was in large part to improve cooling on the cars. So
Oh, I see his point. There was a reason for that.
most people, Countaches get a ton of complaints for overheating, like a lot of older big motor European cars, Italian cars.
A lot of mid-engine, yeah.
And the white one will get unhappy when it gets hot. The black one, that's an 88. The 89 will never overheat, never gives me a problem, and the AC blows ice cold. Like it's a better car.
No kidding.
So, and of course values are still higher for the non-anniversary editions, the non-89s, because so many people.
Because of the looks?
Of the looks.
No kidding.
And a lot of people don't realize is that 89 was designed by Horacio Pagani, and he's no spring chicken. And when he's gone, which of the Countaches do you think is going to shoot up in value?
Yeah.
Also
the Pagani lineage. I didn't realize that.
And yeah, the one that not only has the guy, the famous guy who designed, did the redesign, but also the one that runs well.
Yeah, right. The one you can use.
Yeah.
So what is Matt Farah's then, the red one?
I think his is an 87.
So his is the old one that theoretically would be hard. And he actually has had wonderful luck with his.
Yeah, his is beautiful. The red with the gold wheels is fantastic. And he drives it, like I do. Like that 89, the black one, was the lowest mileage anniversary Countach on the planet when I bought it.
And you bought it to drive it.
That's it.
And it had, I think, 1,700 miles on it when I bought it, and I'm well over 3,000. So
I think it was closer to 4, I think, when we talked.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So
Drive them.
So obviously, which one he gave me to drive.
You got the white one?
I got the white one.
He likes the black
Cracked sidewalls, leaking oil everywhere,
Tires.
smoke coming out of the back.
Well, I need some advantage. He is a
there
lifetime race car driver. I am an enthusiast.
There is that, Kailo.
I actually hope they caught. I haven't seen any of this stuff yet. I hope they caught some of this stuff because there was a moment where he had passed me, and they're like, "Okay, let Sergio pass you." And I'm like, "Well, that's the only way you can get by." So I'm like, I let him by.
It's true, but
and then I pass him back. So then he's like, I don't know. He just steps on it. And we did a couple of passes on each other that we weren't supposed to do, I don't think. And it had wrapped all the way through turn 8, where we're both kind of, marbling it offline. Coming into turn 9, we're screwing everything up. But we're going for 1.
You guys are racing each other instead of the track, basically, it sounds like?
Yeah, so we came into turn 1, and I'm like, well, he's going to lift. And I don't know what he was thinking. And we come in, and after we went through the turn, I thought, this was dumb. This is dumb. We're going to wreck these cars.
Yeah,
so,
both of them.
You both made it through, but...
We both, but I don't know if you remember the part where we came in, and I don't know how we didn't lose mirrors or hit the sides of these things. And my girlfriend's there, and she's like, what were you thinking? I'm like, I don't know, baby.
There's no answer to that.
I don't know.
the funny thing is, when you go to these track days, they always tell you, okay, you have to drive with the windows down for safety. And when you want to pass, if you're, I think even the advanced group, are they doing hand signals?
No. We need both hands on the wheel.
Well, the problem is the Countach doesn't have, the windows go down this much.
You can't do a point by in a Countach.
There's no point bys. There's no nothing. And so when we're messing around, like we don't want to wreck the cars, but we also have no way of really
hand signals.
telling each other how things are going to go. And good luck getting the turn signals to work or finding how they work.
No, they actually gave us radios, and they're like, talk to each other. And I'm like, fuck you. I can't get nothing off of this thing.
Yeah,
and then
good
you
luck.
make one turn, you lose the thing. They're like, put it on the seat belt. Yeah, that'll work. It's kicking around the floor now.
Yeah, that never works. You need an in-ear or nothing.
Right.
Yeah. Apparently, this production company didn't have the money for the in your ear, so they gave you the in the hand.
Yeah.
But they can spend. They can drop $2 million on cars to wreck at the track, but they're like, those little earbuds are like $7. What do you think? They're like, no. We're going to save the money here.
One's insurance and one's real cash.
That's it.
Well, it seems like a great time to probably play the clip that we got. Right, Aaron sent us a clip.
Sure.
And I think I loaded it in here. Let me make sure. Yeah, there it is. And I'm pretty sure I got the right one in here, Aaron. It was the most recent one you sent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So roll it out. Let's see what we got here. Wait, what's the name of this damn show? Does it have a name yet?
Kailo and Pops.
Seriously?
Yep.
That's awesome. All right, Kailo and Pops. Roll it, Hal.
There we go. Oh, shit. No. This isn't happening today. Love it. Nice job.
that was freaking awesome. That was awesome.
I know exactly when that part was where I went, It was actually going, I think, turn 6. You know where the hump is on the track?
Yep.
That thing took off like a jet ski coming over a wake. Seriously, the whole car picked up on me, and I went, "Oh!" I thought it was going bad.
I forgot to
All
tell
four
you
wheels?
something.
Did you actually leave the ground, or was it just that you lost the traction?
The only way I can explain this is if I go over it in a radical, it goes over and it's like 4 wheels that go up and back down. You spin your tires a little. On the Indy car, you come racing through there, front end stays down because the aero, back tires really light up. This car here, you go over and it picks up a whole bunch of wind and it's like, hey, we're flying out of here.
Got it.
And it was the most bizarre feeling because I knew things were bad at that moment. But it landed okay.
So one thing I forgot to tell you before you got in the car at the track, which I'm just remembering now because I bought the white one from his Instagram's Art Vandelay.
You're
James.
Art Vandelay. Oh,
no, he's not.
Oh.
I bought the car from Art Vandelay. He's a great dude in Arizona. Takes good care of his cars. I did a PPI on the car, and the one thing they told me that that car had as an issue that I need to address eventually was that the shocks were leaking. And so that's why your front end lifted off like it was the Concorde. Sorry. I'll let you.
Was it the Mercedes that were doing that for a while there? They came over the crest at Le Mans. Remember that? There was like they did 2 of them in one race. Whoa, up and over.
Yeah, the Cobra.
Was that what it was?
No, they open up like a Cobra.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Flip up and over.
Yeah. I appreciate that. You give me the shitty car with the bad shocks.
I did.
And then we tells him a month later on some TV show.
Yep.
Thank
I
you.
just remembered that. As he's talking about it, I'm like, you know what? They mentioned that in the PPI.
You don't remember me saying something to you, though, how the thing lifted like this?
I remember.
And the first time it did that, I was like, holy crap.
I just didn't remember the
Yeah.
PPI part
Yeah.
until right now.
What we were talking about during that was the photography was amazing. Everything is fantastic. I only saw the white one there, though, right? The
black one
comes
came
out.
out. The black one came out from behind it.
Okay, I must have been figuring out a camera thing or whatever. Where are people going to get to see this? Is this preliminary? Is this going to be on the air somewhere? Like, I know I'll get to see this eventually, but how will everyone else get to see this?
I have no idea.
Okay, it's a work in progress. We're figuring it out.
No clue.
Can I help in some way? Can we? If there's anything we can do to help?
Sure.
Okay, but right now we're doing this because, like, here, I have a good idea that nobody else is doing, and everyone's self-producing these days, so why don't we just do it, and we'll pitch it or sell it or whatever later.
Yeah, think of it as a show that's going to try and find a middle point between Top Gear, which had $1 million per episode or more budget, and a Doug DeMuro, handheld, this is the car, this is what's neat about it. Somewhere in the middle there is hopefully where we'll land.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what the platform is you're going to put it out on, but I think if someone tunes in and actually sees that it's real, they'll want to come back and watch it again, because it's not running a track backwards to get cute little shots and stuff. It's actually going out and doing this. It's not people that were plucked to do a show together. We're actually friends.
Right.
We go places together. We hang out together. I love his family. Hopefully he loves mine.
They're the best.
And but I think there's a different dynamic to all of this. And everyone that's involved in this, we got Aaron over here. We got Danny. We got Bobby. We got a lot of good guys that are around us.
Yeah, and our mechanic is brilliant. His name's Dustin. He's a big part of the show.
Okay.
He was at the track making sure the cars survived the process.
Right. You got to have somebody there making sure they make the laps.
Yep. And then he takes the car apart in the show and, tells the viewers, this is what's good about these cars. This is what's bad about these cars.
Is this after the races so they can show what you guys wrecked and what you didn't?
I think it was after.
Cool. That's cool.
It was after.
Amazingly cool.
So we put the car in a lift and let the mechanic at it. And so you basically get the collector's perspective, the canyon driving, then you get the race car driver's perspective, and the cars really get put through the shit on the track. At least these two did. And finally you get the mechanic's take on the car. So whether you're in the market for a particular car like a Countach, or whether you're just interested in these cars, you will learn more. I did, just from sitting in there and listening to you and the mechanic from this one little nugget of a show than you would in, a lot of personal, on your own research.
Yeah, no amount of magazine reading is going to give you what you get when you're hands-on with somebody like that.
The one thing I can tell you, too, is, and I heard you talking earlier about being at the Peterson. So we go and we film all this stuff and we drive these cars. And then I go to the Peterson, and you go right upstairs, third floor, you come off the stairs, the elevator, and pretty much the first car there is a white Countach.
The supercar exhibit that's going on right now.
And yes. And I walked over there, and there's people, and they're lining up, and they're talking about this. And I wanted to stop and look at everyone and go, you're not going to believe this. I was driving this the other day, and you can't do it. But the cool thing is anybody can go to a dealership, grab a brand new car, get a sponsorship to use on the track, and say sucky lie things about new cars, where we're taking cars that are Pops, and we're putting them through tests. And these are a lot of cars that are unobtainable for testing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That we're getting to do it with.
It's amazing.
We're talking about the fact that we're going to drive the Diablo, then drop it from a helicopter or something like this. But
can't wait.
That's going to be a good show.
I want to work on that one.
It's like, no.
We'll push the Diablo in every other car the way we did with the Countaches, but no, there's not going to be any skits
No
or
gimmicks. Yeah.
It was
No caravanning. No fires, no explosions.
no.
Unless they happen to happen, which hopefully they do not. But as we know at the track, anything can happen. So you may be just doing your thing, and then something amazing does get captured.
50-50 rule with this show. Like, if we crash a car, I'm expecting it.
Oh, I see. So you're ready for it to go either way.
Oh, yeah.
That's the 50-50
I'm relieved
rule.
right now.
50-50.
You're ready for it to go either way.
These are older cars that no one in their right mind would put on a track.
Correct. Well, not to do what you guys are doing.
Right.
There's parade laps and stuff like that.
Yes.
I'm really excited about it. Is this, did you just shoot a pilot, or are you shooting a whole series?
So far, we
Do
just
you
have
know
the pilot.
Okay. It's cool.
Yeah, and as soon as it's done editing, you'll be the first to see it.
Awesome. Well, just let me know how and if we can help, if there's anything we can do as the process
Appreciate
moves along. I don't know if there is anything, but we do still know a lot of people in that world. And if you already have a product, it's a lot easier to get a yes versus trying
If it's
to get the money for the
absolute
damn
shit,
product.
then we'll do a funeral.
We'll just watch it after the F1
Yes.
race one week.
Yes, and then light the tape on fire.
I hope that doesn't happen.
It's
The
not
photography
gonna
alone
be
is worth
shit.
keeping. Seriously, so whatever you guys capture
Right.
can be worked into a product. I wouldn't worry about it.
If my heirs ever decide to sell the cars, it'll be good marketing material.
You hear that, kids? You're going to get the cars back after all.
Yeah, they're pretty addicted to cars. I don't see them selling it.
No, you did this to them, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, would they have been into cars otherwise if it weren't for you?
My dad was a race car driver in Argentina, where I was born. So it just
He was a
runs.
professional race car driver?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Should I have known that?
No.
Okay.
He wasn't that good.
I don't know
That
anything
makes
these
sense.
days.
That makes sense.
I mean,
That makes
You know
sense.
I
He's not that
love
good.
you. You know I love you. Right?
yeah.
That's amazing. We should think about wrapping it up, but is there anything that we want to mention that we didn't mention that I haven't come around to or we didn't get to naturally?
The only thing that I want, can I add something that has nothing to do with the show?
Of course.
Absolutely, and nothing to do with my underwear.
All right.
We opened with the underwear. Let's not close with it.
No. Is at the beginning of the show, you talked about her condition and not being able to walk right now, and things aren't going good. Well, we've actually created a lift, a mobile lift to pick people up that are handicapped, quad and paraplegic, and put them into radicals so they can be passengers. And if you want to come out sometime, we're going to stick you next to me where it's safe. And I'll show you what it feels like to go, close to 3 Gs through the turns.
We always talked about getting her to the track, and we just haven't done it yet.
And
So you
sometime
got to
would be
do
fun.
it.
And
Yeah, the physicality of it all is just.
It is.
she's-
It's
No, I mean that's amazing. The only reason we may
get
have passed that stage, but it's up to her. Everything is up to her. I think that would be amazing. At 3
I
Gs
loved
with
it.
this guy might be.
I loved it. I mean, I have gotten rid of all my freak out shit with driving with you so much. And
Oh yeah. She is. She's an incredible
yeah, you
passenger.
have good training.
She is. She won't make a peep. She'll let you do whatever you want to do.
well, we're going to have helmets on. I can't hear the yelling.
Oh, good.
That's true. There's no communication except hand signals.
Great.
So what is it? How often do you do your events? Is it every week? It can't be every week. I shouldn't
No,
say that. See you tomorrow.
Once a month.
Well, the events are once a month, but on the track, I usually do, it's been weird with COVID, but I was doing between 60 and 100 days a year for a while.
Wow.
So I'm out there quite a bit running.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's 1 to 2 days a week at least.
I'm up there quite a bit, yeah. And now I've got a young 5-year-old.
You got to check out his warehouse at the track. It's like the one that you visited, my place, but on the track.
I love it.
Super cool.
And you don't have to go to thermal.
No. No. I mean, it's basically it's the original thermal is his setup.
I can't
It's
wait.
the only one.
I can't wait.
Yeah, you'll love it.
Well, I'm serious. We would love to
All right,
take
let's
you
do
up
it.
on your thing
I
and
would
get
love
her
that.
out on the
I
track
would
because she
love
wants
that.
to do it. I was worried. I think if you want
Let's
to do it, that's
let's do
all
a
that
private day.
matters.
Well, that's what we're going to do.
Private day.
Yeah.
Well, then whatever. Let's work it out and know that we would, by all means, we would certainly come up and do whatever we can do to help.
Absolutely.
Love it.
And obviously, you're going to bring a camera. So when we go to court, we can explain I didn't do anything wrong.
I heard those melt right off.
Yep.
They do. They absolutely do.
Yep. I just got the bill for the production crew's camera.
Oh, did you have to pay the L&D on it, the loss and damage? Mm-hmm. Oh, it wasn't a GoPro, was it? It was something nicer by the look on your, by the way your eyebrows went up.
Bill was big.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Well,
it's cheaper than a car.
I'm guessing that that this is self-funded, right? So I'm guessing you paid the production company. So what's one more busted deal? Oh,
no
God.
biggie.
None of this shit's cheap, by the way, is it?
No.
When you start self-producing, it seems like you're going to, it'll take this long and it's going to be this far and whatever the heck. And it's like 3 times no matter what you calculate. It's like 3 times. It's racing rules, actually, really. You know, you think the car and the run and everything else is going to be whatever. And then to run that team is actually exponentially more than whatever you calculated.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a cool thing, though, in the very beginning of this. You're like, let's do this. And I'm like, yeah, I want to do this, too. And then my head was like, well, the cars cause this to run, but I can't afford to wreck cars. And I can't afford to spend like a grip shit of money to throw this stuff out there. And he's like, don't worry, I got it.
Well, that's what makes the situation interesting, is that not everyone could do this. A show couldn't even necessarily do this because of the insurances and stuff like that. But because they are personally owned and you are funding it and you are there's just a whole lot of only we can do this. And sometimes those are the things that really, really work. So
we will find out really soon.
Do you have any confidence in it? You're like, I don't know, it might be nothing.
I like to set my expectations really low and be pleasantly surprised.
But you've done so much prep work that you must be prepared for a win.
Okay. Okay.
I wrote an Emmy speech.
He knows who to thank already. He's already going down the list.
I've got the you've got the Emmy speech. I've got the funeral.
You're
monologue.
gonna go. That's right. So whichever guy, if it goes, no problem. He's up on stage, and when we have to tell everybody why they won't get their money back, he'll be the one to do it.
Good. Glad you worked it out.
We all need partners.
Yeah,
we all need partners. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to see more. I can't wait to see you both again. I was already fond of you both, but I'm much more so now that I've gotten to know more your personalities. I hope that's a good thing.
No, likewise, man.
Yeah, we're lovable. We're cats. we're little snuggle cats.
You know, when we're sitting at the races, we're talking about whatever, and we're making our predictions for whomever, whatever. But we're not actually like really getting to know each other. We're getting to figure out how our brains work around racing.
Yep.
It's not like, you know what I mean? I don't know your favorite color.
I don't know. Probably
Do you have one?
Yellow or orange, I think.
See, we should be friends. We have a yellow car. That's very big in our life.
I know. I've got 2 yellow turbos, Porsche turbos, and my Lamborghini's purple. No, but it's actually a yellow car wrapped in purple.
Oh, is that right? Your purple Lambo is actually yellow underneath?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. But they were purple too. They made that purple color, or a purple color.
Yeah, but so yellow's a pretty strong color, but like orange is pretty good. I like orange a lot.
Still very bright, very citrusy, very sunny.
But we don't get to talk a lot because I really didn't like you before this.
I know. It's usually my wife's fine, and they're like, he's him. If it could just be her.
No, we go and we hang out, and we get into the race, and everything kind of stops around us. Where I want to concentrate on the race, and you're the same way. You're the same way, and
nope. That's when I go get my breakfast.
Is that?
But you're the host. I mean, why are you? Is you doing this because everyone else enjoys it? Are you doing this simply for other people?
He started me on it. He invited me over for an F1 morning race, and he had breakfast there, and I was like, "This is fucking great." And I was like, "What if we just turn this up to an 11?" He does it at his house, small group, and then once a month we do it at the warehouse, big group.
Do you do that once a month? Is that really what it is? Holy crap. That's a lot. That's very generous. Thank you.
No worries. Happy to do it. And I do really love watching the beginning of the race and as much of the race as I can catch, and then the end of the race. But
is it just because you're playing host? It's not that you don't care.
There's just so many cool people, people that I really love that are there that I don't want to ignore them.
So you're playing host. You don't even get to watch the race. If you were at home, would you be watching the race, or do you not care?
No, I'd watch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the pre-race.
So you're just a good
qualifying.
Are there a lot of people that come to those events that you don't normally get to see? Like this is the opportunity to see them, and that's why.
I mean, not really. Like I mean, half of the people are from your Good Vibes Breakfast Club, right?
Our Good Vibes. It's everybody's Good Vibes Breakfast Club.
Half is that group, and then I've got other people that are close to me that we bring to the event, and it's I really enjoy hanging out. I'm a people person.
It blew me away.
I don't want to be by myself.
When you came back from Miami, you're like, oh, we said, how was it? Because we don't necessarily either care for Miami, either one of us, individually or together. And you were like, oh, I loved it. Oh, I could live there.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Are you serious?
Yeah.
And you were like, yes, the energy, all of that, everybody's vibing together. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
You don't give that off. If that's what you want out of life, obviously you're receiving it, everything you need. But like, you don't give that off. You don't make other people feel that they need to be that way around you, which is a great thing, by the way, because we probably wouldn't be friends if I thought like, oh my God, I gotta get my Will Smith on.
No, the Miami's so vibrant. It's my culture, a lot of Latino, a lot of South American, the food, the people, like, the way they greet each other, the way they socialize with each other is more my style.
Much more family-oriented than, say, Los Angeles, for sure.
Yeah.
That makes so much...
Or Midwest,
That makes so much sense. I was looking at the wrong shit. Surprise.
Yeah, I mean, the bullshit of Miami is disgusting to me. I don't go to South Beach. I don't go to Ocean Ave.
That's what we were caught up with.
I hate that
horse
stuff.
Shit.
No. Don't.
Okay.
I don't even visit that.
Okay.
I took my kids to check it out once, but it's not for me.
Was the last time we were there, name drop coming up, everybody. Was the last time we were there with Serena Williams, we were doing the cover of Vogue or GQ or something?
Vogue.
Yeah. And it was so long ago that I remember while we were doing the photo shoot, it was the same time as the Boston Marathon bombing. So whenever that was, that's how long ago it was. But that was the last time we were in Miami. And then we visited my mother there once. She's on the other coast now.
Oh, yeah.
So, but the culture makes so much sense. Once you said the culture, like, then I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't the canyon drives out that way, was it?
Not a canyon to be found, but,
if you want to go straight line, tons of runways.
Warm nights are nice. And to have, you rent a convertible and you're driving to dinner. After dinner, you're just driving around Miami with the top down. It's warm and... I like the humidity,
I'll give you all that stuff. I'm getting older, so it
good.
feels better on my bones.
Yeah, this dry stuff here sucks.
God,
like
the
the ultra dry.
He's making great points. Maybe we were too young. Maybe we're ready for Florida.
I went to the wrong places for sure. I was always on Ocean Ave and doing cool shit.
We were with, it was always with somebody famous. So you're going to all the trendy, hip, goddamn places with the and all that. Oh, it was too much.
That's definitely not my style.
Awful.
All right, I could talk to you guys forever. I don't want to stop. I'm really enjoying this, but I mean, we should.
Well, thanks for having us.
Thank you both for being here. I can't wait for the next F1 party. I can't wait for your show. I can't wait. Are you coming up to Good Vibes this week? You're very busy
I'll come
with
up.
work.
No,
I
I'm
know.
gonna come up Friday. I'm gonna bring the Mini. The little contraption, with the engine in the rear.
Yeah, I saw it up on your lift once. I took a picture. I thought it was the coolest thing. It looks like it's from World War II.
Yeah, it was
like an
super
old Mustang or
dangerous. I
something.
gave it to him to address with his guys with the brakes. So now it somewhat stops.
Well, you said beyond that it would just pass itself. It would just kind of doesn't have a lot of power, and it would.
Yeah,
it's spooky.
It's
the scariest thing. It should never be driven.
Oh,
you should put like a loop on the front of it.
My wife listens to this. That car's never leaving the warehouse. You're killing me, dude.
No, it shouldn't leave the warehouse. It was this.
Oh, he's still saying it.
No, I play about everything. Well, not everything.
All right.
So I will see you Friday, and the next F1 party is November 14th.
Amazing. Thanks.
Yeah. So I'll see you there.
I love it. All right, and stay tuned for the new Kailo and Pops show. And in the meantime, this has been Pops and Kailo. We're going to see you on Thursday. It sounds like all of us, well, 3 of the 4 of us anyway, we'll see everybody on Friday. And I can't remember what the hell's going on this weekend, but I know there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we got to get him to come up on Fridays.
Where you live out?
He
You
lives
live
right-
out in the
he-
same place, right?
He's in Woodland
Yeah,
Hills.
but you guys go and you guys drive hard on the street, or
No,
harder
no.
than I would.
I don't think that's true. I mean, it might be true.
You're
I don't know.
a flat lying cur dog.
Is it true?
Oh, for sure. I'm like an old lady on the streets.
See, that's what
I've been out driving with him and his wife and his kids, and they're like, "Yeah, we're going for a little drive. You want to come?" I'm like, all right.
Oh, you mean them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
The
he's
good guys,
flat
everybody drives
out-
at their own pace.
No, he gets in a Testarossa, and he jumps on it, and he's gone. And his son's got this souped-up old muscle car, and he's gone. And his wife's in a
Sounds like it's
McLaren,
not
and
a-
she's gone. I'm like, this is spooky. I don't even want to try to keep up. There's people running in front of you. We're taking out bicycle riders. It was scary, and I'm scared if I come out with you guys, I'm going to have to go
I'll
through
bring
this
him.
again.
I'll bring him as a passenger.
No.
Yes.
Oh, you know how much I love you.
I know. That's what you do for me.
It sounds like
That's
we
it.
probably align though, because the speeding tickets and stuff like that, not an issue for us. We don't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm just too old. Like our
Yeah.
car's slow now compared to Honda Civics are faster than our 20-year-old Porsche. You know?
Faster than most of my cars.
Yeah. So I don't know. That did it for me when I was a kid, rolling through the gears, going as fast as I could. Nowadays, it's like I know where I'm good. I'll be good out there, and the rest is I'm happy to putt along, waving at the
Come with
cops.
us. We'll be fine.
One day I will go with you.
This Friday.
I
See you
can't
there.
do it this Friday. I'm going to be sick.
He's already
sick
he's already
Friday.
feeling a sniffle. All right, so that's it. Thursday, Friday, whatever.
Yeah.
I love you. We love you guys, both of you. Just keep up doing whatever you're doing. Your vibe is so great that I just want to be around it more, and that's got to be a good thing. So keep it up.
Likewise,
keep
guys.
doing it.
Thank you.
We all love you at home. Please love one another, and we'll see you out there. Thanks for watching. All the above. Da-da-da.
No, I'm getting that damn stock tomorrow.
You'll be fine by Friday.
Yeah.